Hello everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Woki, and I'm back with another Fake Grand Order video. And what am I going to be talking about today? Well, the Little Harlot event has got about a week left in it, so it's time to start preparing for the next. Except for the people who are still pulling for Draco. I guess those people are still kind of be going for it. But for everyone else, it's time to start saving towards anniversary and or summer. So that's why I'm going to be doing a follow-up to the other video I did earlier on in the year, where I looked at how many tickets and St. Quartz were going to be available until Draco. I'm going to be doing the same for until summer. Now, I don't actually know the exact date of when summer is, so I've given myself the basic 13 weeks. About 13 weeks is about when I would expect for it to come. If I'm wrong and it's actually 14 weeks, then there's slightly more. There's like 1 additional ticket and like 3 additional St. Quartz or something like that. 7 more additional St. Quartz, and if I'm wrong, then you minus 7, whatever. It's as close to an approximation that I can get. So that's going to be today's video. I hope you like it. If you do, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It does help out the channel a whole bunch. And if you feel I got the math wrong at any point in this video, feel free to tell me down below, and I will leave a comment. I usually always have a pinned comment, but I will leave a pinned comment saying here is the correct amount after someone pointed out that I either missed some St. Quartz or I accidentally added too many St. Quartz. But these St. Quartz totals can kind of get a little bit wishy-washy because first of all, it requires you to always be logging in, and a lot of these St. Quartz can also only be obtained if you are playing on a specific day. So keep that in mind as we go through this, but I'll start by telling you the grand total. So if you, in theory, did absolutely everything that I said in this video, you should end up with 74 tickets and 737 St. Quartz. Again, it's an approximation. It's likely that you are not going to actually have 737 St. Quartz because there's a lot of St. Quartz that you can miss and a lot of others that you won't be able to get right now. I'll explain that when we get to it. So I'm going to start first by going through the event. There's a lot of tickets and St. Quartz that you get from just logging in, and I'll talk about those at the end of the video when I'm doing the wrap-up. But for right now, we'll start with events and take a look at them. And we're going to start first with the Pilgrimage Festival, which is an ongoing event that actually still has St. Quartz in it that we have not obtained yet. And this one's pretty simple because it's 9... This is not the Pilgrimage Festival. Am I dumb? A little bit. Here's the Pilgrimage Festival. This one actually, funny enough, had to update just because when I started this video, it was not the 9th. And it took me until after the 9th to actually complete this video, so I had to remove 9 St. Quartz from it. But either way, 9 St. Quartz are left, and you can only get these if you log in on the final day of this campaign, which is going to be the 16th or to the 17th until it resets on the 17th. So basically when the restart happens on the 16th, you have until the 17th next reset to pick up the 9 St. Quartz here along with the 50 leaves, but what I'm talking about is going to be the St. Quartz. And that's the first part of it, and that's an easy one to remember. Next, for the next event, you actually have to go back in time. Because we didn't get this campaign yet. I really wish we did. This is the campaign that also features Merlin in it, so that's my guess as to why it hasn't shown up yet, is they want specifically Merlin to have his own time during a specific period. I don't know. I wish it had released a little bit earlier. I would have thought this would have been an excellent way to reward the people coming back for Draco, but obviously the NA side of the team disagrees with me, and they decide to just wait for later to make people anticipate and wait more if they want to summon from Merlin, Gilgamesh, or Saber. But I digress. Inside here, we'll get a bunch of St. Quartz and tickets. First, starting 12 from this retweet campaign, which will likely change to the retweet/reshare whatever the fuck account, where if we get to the final total, it'll be 12 St. Quartz and 5 tickets getting from there. Next is from daily login bonus, which is why I have not talked about this event yet, even though I want to, because I want to know the specific dates. But inside here, you'll be able to get 6 St. Quartz along with 2 tickets. In the daily login bonus, there's an additional 6 St. Quartz right here. It's the next one that happens after the first one. And then there's a third one that features 9 St. Quartz. And then there will also be limited time master missions, which will give you an additional 9 St. Quartz, because you can see here 6, and then 3, that's 9, and then 1 ticket for leveling up MASH, which everyone should easily get, because who doesn't level up MASH? So there's a grand total of 42 St. Quartz in here, along with 8 tickets that you can potentially get, and this is also another one of those that you could very easily skip out and not get if you are not actually logging in and playing the game. Next, we will go to Pilgrimage Festival 2, which is the next thing that will happen after Draco. Most likely, because they told us, because it's happening around the 17th. So Evocation Festival 2, inside here, it does not have as much Saint Quartz as the other one does, but it does have a couple. First off, there is a grand total of 10. 2 on the 13th, not 2 on the 13th. These dates will change, but there will be one day where it will be 2 Saint Quartz, another with 3, another with 2, and another with 3. So that's a grand total of 2, 5, 5, 10. Easy enough to remember. And then in limited time master missions, similar to the other one, there's also 10 Saint Quartz here. So you can get a total of 20 Saint Quartz from here. Next, moving on to the next one, we will go to Karakuri, and there is 0 Saint Quartz in Karakuri, but there are tickets. And it's from completing these challenge quests that you can see here. Beating one of these, if you see those long text of words here, I'll not try to show you fully, just in case you want to be surprised and do the challenge quest for yourself. But beating them does give you a single ticket, and there are 6 of them. So therefore, there are 6 tickets inside this event. No Saint Quartz, though. None of the main stages have them, because believe it or not, there's only 2 main stages. There's the prologue, and then there's the finale, and you can only unlock the finale after you clear all the super obstacles, and what you get from clearing this is a simple Holy Grail and pass. Simple enough to remember. Next, we have the Ordeal Call, which is going to be way far... Oh, another thing to note, just because this will come up around Anniversary, but not right now. The advanced quests do give you Saint Quartz, but it's going to be related to when you go to Anniversary. You'll see what I mean when we get there. But take a note, these will add 3 new ones, and this is a potential 9 Saint Quartz, but I'll talk more when we get to Anniversary. But anyway, continuing on, we will get to the Ordeal Call release, which is the next hint of us getting any Saint Quartz. And we will get them from the limited time class score system, which is going to be down here. As you can see here, limited time class score, which you'll get clear any free quests on the Bleached Earth 1, 2, 3 times, and that will reward you with 12 Saint Quartz in total. There are also some other ones, because this is the Bleached Earth, and inside the Bleached Earth is one of the 20 fragments. You get a Saint Quartz for each arrow that you defeat, and there are 20 arrows inside of the Bleached Earth, so therefore you can get 20 fragments, and 20 fragments are equal to 2 Saint Quartz plus 6 left over for the next one, which we will use those in the following card. But there you go, there's an additional hint of the Saint Quartz that we can get from Bleached Earth and the Ordeal Call releasing. And then next, we have the Paper Moon pre-release campaign, which features some more Saint Quartz, which can be found in limited time master missions that you can see right here. Inside the limited time master missions, there are 2 of them. There's this one who starts it. There will be 12 Saint Quartz in here, which are the main quest progressions, if I'm reading this correctly. Yes, and this should be right if I look at here. So that's 6, 9, 12, easy enough. And then if you Lost Belt 7 start in clear missions, meaning Ordeal Call 1 pre-release, clear Part 2 of Lost Belt 7, and the finale of Lost Belt 7, you'll get 10 Saint Quartz from that. Easy enough. And that is a total of 22. Then next, we have actual Ordeal Paper Moon, which is the legitimate release. I'll, again, try not to show too much, just because I don't want to spoil anything in the story, just by accident. But there should be some other Saint Quartz that I can just show right here. If I look down here, on the JP side, they had something of like a commemorative login bonus that gave them 14 Saint Quartz, so I expect something equivalent to that. Whether they keep it the same name, I don't know, but we should get something like that. Next, this is all from the pre-release. Then, inside of Paper Moon itself, we get 16 Saint Quartz from Chapter Main Quest, and then 11 from the Free Quest, and then in terms of the fragments and stuff, we get 69 fragments, which would be a total of 9 Saint Quartz plus 6 left over. And then because these are the only 2 Ordeal Calls that we'll get before summer, we add the 2 bonus fragments of Bleached Earth and Paper Moon, which is 12, which equals to a total of 1 Saint Quartz and with 5 left over for later. So there you go. So in total from them, you would get 12 Saint Quartz if you were to do all of the story bits, which again, I assume you are if you are also counting in the main quest. It's kind of hard to get to beat the main quest and not pick up those fragments. It's kind of needed. But anyway, hopefully I explained that well enough. 28 downloads campaign is the next one, which you can see here. You can also see a fuck ton of banners. This is when Draco releases. Again, a lot of these same quartz that you can hypothetically get if you hold on to them, a lot of them you lose them on the banners going up there. Like a lot of those, the same quartz here, a lot of them for me are likely to kind of be eaten up by Durga here, which I've done a whole video talking about the specific plans I have to set aside. One moment, let me see if my cat wants to be let in because he's being a little bit of a pissy baby sometimes. I'm back, and he in fact was being a pissy little baby, and he's been let into the room, so he should start behaving now. Anyway, 28 million downloads campaign. From inside here, we should get 30 sync quartz from a login bonus, which you can see right here. Again, as long as you remember to log in consecutively, you'll get 30 sync quartz, but if you can't do it, you miss out on it. Next, there are bond missions, you can see here, which you can get a total of 10 from. Along with one of these little bond thingies right here, the Chaldean Visionary Flames. But again, I'll talk about those later. Just right now, what we're focusing on are the same quartz. And that's what you can get from the 28 million downloads campaign. And then there's also, I almost forgot, because this is another thing. The Da Vinci Shop updates with 5 tickets in it. We don't get tickets on the same frequency that we get the same quartz, but there's a reason for it. It's because a single St. Quartz is equal to a single ticket. So if they gave us the amount of tickets that we got St. Quartz, then we would just always get pity on stuff, which actually sounds really good. So I wish they did that, but life. And then another Advanced Quest Part 16. And then finally we reach here, which is pretty close to the beginning of Anniversary, with Evocation Festival Part 3, which has 10 St. Quartz from a login bonus and then 10 from the Master Missions. So you can see right here, 10, again, 2 on a random day, 3 on another day, 2 on a day, and then 3 on another day. And then all these master missions equals up to 10. Easy enough to remember. Next. You scared the shit out of me, Lucifer. He meowed. I don't know if you could hear that, but he spooked me with that. I guess he wasn't too sympathetic about Evocation Festival. He's like, what do you mean only 10 St. Quartz? The other ones had 30. They should give us more. I understand, Lucifer, but you can't have everything that you want. Next is the Mystic Eyes, which gives you a total of 10 St. Quartz, which I believe are all from the main quest that you can see right here. Yep, so there's going to be a total of them in here, and that's about it. And then finally, we reach the 2900 day anniversary, which I forgot was happening before a bunch of anniversary stuff. But inside here, because we reached 2,900 days, we'll get 10 St. Quartz. Obviously, whenever we hit 2,900 days is when we get the 10 St. Quartz. I don't know when that happens, but it will happen eventually. And when we do, we get 10 St. Quartz from that. It shouldn't happen around the same time as this. It should happen actually a little bit earlier. That's a problem for future Wookiee to figure out. But anyway, next we have the 8th anniversary pre-release campaign, which, funny enough, only features 4 tickets, and they're all from the Memorial Quest, which you can see right here. I say right here. Oh wait, these are all Start Dash ones. So these are only if you are coming back to the game, and I'm not factoring into stuff. The reason being that it's hard to kind of take into account Start Dash, just because I'm like, I don't know if you're a player. A lot of the St. Quartz that I mentioned, you have to log in to actually do them. So therefore, if you log in at any point to do them, you don't get the Start Dash. But if you're someone who's like, I'm waiting specifically for the Start Dash, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. I unfortunately can't look at you that way, but if you want to start with a Start Dash, I guess you do get 225 Sync Quartz from it, and 30 Sync Quartz from completing something else for a comeback campaign. But usually I don't bring that stuff up just because it can only be obtained if you were not playing the game. And so for the vast majority of people who are playing the game, it just doesn't matter. Anyway, the tickets, Memorial Quest, there's 4 of them. Pretty nice. And then finally we reach Anniversary. An Anniversary gives us 20 St. Quartz from festival-themed missions, 30 St. Quartz from the main quest progress count missions, 15 St. Quartz from Unlock 1 class score sign, 284 from the extra missions, and 20 tickets, with a lot of the variables of whether or not you're going to be getting a lot of these St. Quartz coming from the extra missions. So let's take a look inside and show you what I mean. So inside the Great Campaigns, the login bonus, 10 tickets right here, which you'll get on the 7th day as long as you remember to log in. So make sure to do so. Next, we have the 8th Anniversary Master Missions, like I mentioned, which is 2 Sync Quartz every single time until we get to 20 Sync Quartz in the festival-themed missions. Then next, we have the main quest progress count missions, which are 8th anniversary things where you just clear any Arc 1, Arc 2, Arc 2.5 main story quest X amount of times. And if you cleared them all, then you just get them, and that's a total of 30 Sync Quartz. And then there's a class score sign unlock progress mission, which is again where the 15 Sync Quartz comes from. The next thing to look at is where a lot of these extra missions are going to be coming in. So this is why I say it's a variable, because a lot of the times I feel like you don't always get the Sync Quartz from here unless you've been playing the game a crazy amount. So keep that in mind, and also probably keep in mind in your head. That's right, Lucifer, you're going to have to use your brains on this one. Keep in mind in your head how much of these you're likely to actually get. So if you clear the story from Trom and Nihumikalan from Act 1 to Act 2, that's 30 Sync Quartz. Inside the Servant Strengthening quest, they've added additional ones, which is from 260 to 290, and inside that is for 40 Sync Quartz if you're able to if you've already completed 290 Servant Strengthening quests. An interlude clear mission where if you've cleared 270 interludes, then you get 10 Sync Quartz from that. From free quest clear missions, you can clear from up to 270 main story map free quests. That's an additional 30 Sync Quartz. These are brand new, which is the free quest clear missions, and this is 9 Sync Quartz every time you clear 3 of the advanced quests, with there being a total of 16 of them, and the grand total of that is 144. And a lot of these advanced quests are easy to beat, but a lot of them are also very annoying, which is why someone asked me if I could make a guide saying, hey, how do you actually beat this? It would be very helpful, which I have been working on and will likely release hopefully pretty soon when I get the chance, because I'm trying to figure out the best way to kind of help people to make it the easiest way to just be like, here's how you easily beat these. Some of these you can literally just show up with a strong unit and destroy everything and you'll be fine, and some other ones require a little bit of finessing or like a strategy to them, so it's gonna take a while. My suggestion is get started on these now. You should have been doing them as they came out, but sometimes you're lazy and you don't feel like playing FGO at that exact moment. We all have that specific feeling, which is also why I haven't cleared all the advanced quests. So I can't get too hard on you for doing something that I have not done myself. And then next, the class score and sign unlock missions, which there will be, if you unlock 100 of them, you'll get 30 Sync Quartz in total, because there's a reward of 3 of them. So every 10, you get another 3 Sync Quartz. And that's where a lot of these extra missions are going to be locked up as. I feel like, not everyone always gets these, but so just keep in mind how many of these you're likely to get and kind of subtract from your mind how many you've done. Because obviously not everyone has cleared 290 Servant Strengthenings. And for some other people, they actually kind of wait until there's a big banner to actually do them, just so you're not tempted to throw them away at a random thing, which I think is actually kind of commendable in that point. And then finally, the last 10 tickets in which I mentioned are actually in the Da Vinci shop, which will get an update. See right here, 10. So, that's the 8th anniversary. Some other things that I have also not mentioned, just because it's hard to put them into the grand total, are these Servant Strengthenings. So obviously you do get Sync Quartz for completing them, but it also requires you having the units, but unless they're like a 3-star permanent or below, it's kind of hard to put into factor and say like, okay, these are the ones that you actually get. But I'll just make mention here. I didn't include them in the grand total because, again, you do have to actually beat them to get them, and have the units for them. But some of the ones you can likely complete because you have them are the one for William Tell. The other one is for Christian Anderson over here. And then the next one is Amanda Cardio, everyone's best friendo. And then that's it. So those 3 servants on the strengthening can add to your total if you want to include them. I'm just mentioning them now. I didn't include them in the total for the reasons I mentioned, because usually you have to actually have the units in the strengthenings. But for the free ones, I can at least say like, hey, you can do them and go from there. And then next and final is where we get the last of our St. Quartz and stuff, is from Summer itself, which I've included in the total, assuming that you would be able to get a lot of these and continue summoning on the banner. But there's 15 St. Quartz from the main quest, and then 14 from a Broadcaster Light thing that they did. Oh my god, why did this go up high? Sometimes this website and my fingers, they don't like to act in together. Where is it? Was it in the... Am I crazy? Yeah, there it is. Okay, it was in their campaign. There we go. It's Chaldean Broadcaster Light Servafest 2023 commemorative login 14. All you need to do to get it is to have cleared Fuyuki. Easy enough to get. And that brings our grand total... And there's also 3 tickets, which you will get from the mission list. Actually, you get 2 from the mission list, and then 1 is inside the main quests, funny enough. You do get a ticket from in there. Very silly. I don't know why they do that, but they do that. So there we go. Oh, excuse me. So there we go. That's everything that we have so far. That's the current total. So yeah, the final bit. Oh my god, I almost forgot. Thank god I scrolled down here. So, St. Quartz from events. That's, in the anniversary extra missions, I've shown you the tickets that you get from there. Now the tickets from legitimately logging in over 13 weeks. So you get 13 tickets every 7 days. So over 13 weeks, you would in theory get 13 tickets. You would get 15 tickets from all the DaVinci shop resets because there's going to be months that the shop will have reset. I didn't include April because obviously you already have those. And if you're watching this video and you do not have the April DaVinci shop tickets, what are you doing? Go get them, please. And then include them to your total. Next, we get 52 St. Quartz from daily login because you get 4 St. Quartz over those 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Over the week. So you get 4 St. Quartz and a ticket. So over 13 weeks, that's 52 St. Quartz. We get 38 St. Quartz from the weekly fragments because you get 21 fragments over 13 weeks, and that will equal to 39 St. Quartz. And then I've already mentioned the fragments from the stories, and then the other thing to mention is that every 50 days you get 30 St. Quartz. And 13 weeks from now is 91 days, so some people will get 60 St. Quartz from that, and others will get 30 St. Quartz. I did the factoring for me, which for me, I believe I will only get 30 St. Quartz. So therefore, that's what comes to the grand total here. So once again, to explain it, 74 tickets and 737 St. Quartz until summer/anniversary. And we've reached the end of the video, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Again, feel free to leave down below if you feel I've made a mistake somewhere and I'm missing some St. Quartz and I'm missing some tickets. Funny enough, while I was recording the video, I had to go back and change it. If you hear a weird 74, that's me messing up. Because I said the grand total is 74 tickets, but originally I put it at 64 because I missed 10 tickets. So I'm not perfect. I'm not a machine. I'm just a man, John Tenta. But that's the end of the video, everyone. Thank you very much if you made it all the way to the end. I wish you the best in savings. I wish you the best in your pulls as well, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever it may be. Chances are the next video from me is going to be another one of the Draco event guns because I filmed all those in advance and I finished the story. Very good story. Don't know if any of those other videos of mine are going to be able to be monetized because they go into some... You just heard a cut there because I said something that I was afraid of getting misconstrued because I'm talking at 3:37 a.m. and I'm maybe not using my best logic. Thank you very much for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy saving. Good luck. Peace and goodbye. Bye.